When you were writing this book, in your opinion, what touched you the most? When you were writing, probably everything, but when you were writing a certain portion of the book, which part did you have to keep tears back from your eyes when you wrote it?
Can I show you?
Yes.
Let me see it. There's actually a chapter in the last bit. Every chapter is actually a burning hope, burning gospel, burning intercessor. Everything is about burning because I believe that God, as Hebrews says, is an all-consuming fire. And as we draw near to that all-consuming fire, the fire of God melts away the old man so that only he remains. The last chapter, one of the last chapters is called The Burning Cross. And as Christian asked me this question, this is hands down the very moment that I broke down beyond anything else. It's in the Burning Cross chapter. If you listen to this closely, the Lord will really touch you with this. It's really short, but it's very potent with power. I wrote in the conclusion of The Burning Cross, the sad fact is that for the most part, the church in the West has looked to everything else but the foolishness of the cross preached in the power of the Spirit. I was in a local church, and an amazing thing struck me as I sat back and watched the presentation of the Sunday morning service. In the midst of multicolored blinking lights, coupled with smoke, a massive flat screen flashing modern art while the worship leader leaped onto the front pews singing into the camera, my little daughter said something to me in her innocence that struck my heart. Though I'm not against using our artistic gifts to lift up the name of Jesus, this particular situation was a prophetic picture that was etched into my heart. My 4-year-old daughter was mesmerized at the fast-paced busyness of the whole presentation. In the midst of it, she tapped me on my shoulder, and she asked me a question that I'll never forget. She said, "Daddy, where is Jesus?" Then I looked intently at the whole stage setup. And then she says to me, "There he is." And I asked, "Where?" And she pointed my attention behind all the flash and glamour to the dark, empty baptismal tank above which hung an old rugged cross. There were no lights shining from it. There was no smoke coming forth from it. It wasn't spinning in its place. It was simply hanging there in the shadows, lost in the background of this expensive light show concert in the name of him who died. Behind the flash, left in the shadows, was the powerful wisdom of God, unattractive to man and overlooked by all, as the eyes of the seraphs and cherubs, living creatures and archangels, flooded the golden ground of heaven with confused tears, wondering why man does not understand how holy and sacred that old rugged cross really is.